Energy Cooperative. So first and foremost, MMEC strives to be both inspired and inspiring. Our work is building new economic systems that enable and empower our members and communities to benefit from our actions abundantly and equitably. What that looks like, people ask, what do we do? We like to ask, what do you do? So we're redesigning work for a cooperative, regenerative economy. The question, what do you do? It says, what would it look like if everyone were doing the work they loved, that they were called to do? So through cooperative ownership and through cooperative savings and lending, we've been pooling our resources to build capacity and extend our community wealth. These principles are focused around core values. So at that core, I mentioned redesigning work. MMEC, we recognize that everyone possesses passions and skills which they contribute to their communities. What we're doing is we're working, finding how to use those abilities, put them to the highest use to make a beautiful community. We're doing this through reciprocity. Helping works better as a two-way street. We're all learner-teacher mentality. And at the base level of respect, that every human being matters. Respect is a foundation for our freedom of speech and for our freedom of religion. And it really supplies the heart and soul of democracy. And that's what cooperatives are. They're democratic member control. So through voluntary and open membership and member economic participation, we can create beautiful things. So our projects, it's going to put me past our time, but a couple I want to highlight. You might have walked by the Judges, the solar trailer that's sitting at the Fledge. That's been old. That was from Grand Ledge Fledge, but I'm excited that it's still alive and looking forward to getting batteries on it soon. We do upcycle batteries. So we've recycled old laptop batteries and to make them something new. And if we're fortunate enough to win this evening, we'll be able to expand our membership to member onboarding, buy swag bag with the water bottle, renewable bag so you not have to fill your groceries with the plastic bags that our vegetables come in, things like that. And another last partnership that I want to highlight is with the MAID Institute in Flint, Michigan. We have 4 solar panels and a grid inverter connected to their transition home, hoping to transition them to a carbon neutral lifestyle while returning citizens can transition to a big greenhouse and solar. And I have tons of great programs and hoping Lansing can follow suit. But thank you for your time and good luck to the rest of the pitchers.
Good job, Marshall. Thank you so very much. Now I'm bringing on Gloria. And by the way, it's going to be Marshall, Gloria, Mike, Rachel, and Arachne. But bring Gloria up. How you doing today, Gloria?
I'm on mute. I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing great. It's so nice to have you here. You're, a few people have never pitched in 99 Problems before and came out winners here, and you are one of them. And I'm really proud of you, and I'm really happy that you said getting out of your comfort zone today. So I hope you feel safe. I hope you feel comfortable. And I hope you feel uncomfortable because that's what you do. So we're going to get out of your way. Oh, yeah. We're going to get out of your way and let you do your thing. You know how it works now. All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Gloria, and I am an inclusion and compassion activist. I'm a solo parent to a child with special needs and disabilities. And I'm the only registered children's yoga teacher within 40 miles of Lansing. As a radically inclusive adaptive yoga teacher, I'm specialized in teaching therapeutic yoga to people with complex needs, diverse abilities, and backgrounds. I own TheraPlay Yoga, which operates as a mobile yoga studio focused on teaching interoceptive awareness and regulation and offering tools to build resilience and cultivate connection, empowerment, and healing. I'm so grateful to be here in the finals. And I'm here because, like Jerry said, a few weeks ago, I won the Fledge's 99 Problems in a Pitching at One competition with the generous sponsorship from Luke and the folks from the Capital Area Libertarian Party. I was awarded $199 to purchase basic yoga props such as mats and blocks, to help me bring accessible yoga to community-minded and youth-centered businesses and organizations who also seek to serve Lansing's underprivileged and marginalized communities. Since then, I've had some exciting things happen. I've had a lovely meeting with the program director at the Boys and Girls Club of Lansing, and I'm super excited to share that in the new year, I will be offering yoga programs focused on social emotional learning to disadvantaged youth there at the Boys and Girls Club. And that was made possible by your vote. So thank you. Tonight, I'm asking for your help to take my vision board ideas and turn them into an action plan with prize money of $500 with your vote. I could purchase additional basic props, again, the mats and blocks to support larger groups. Right now I have enough to support about 10, and purchase more unconventional props, which would be more useful to people of all ages who experience sensory dysregulation, anxiety, and movement disorders. It may even be able to afford to kickstart a subscription kit designed to empower youth and families to connect and collaborate using tangible tools for awareness and regulation. So thanks again, Jerry and Luke and all the folks from the Capital Area Libertarian Party for this opportunity, and thanks to the voters for showing up to support all of our bright ideas.
Great job, Gloria. How's it feel? I think this is your third time pitching. You pitched once, then you won once, and now you're back. You feeling better about it?
I am, but I think what Mike said before we got started, that like he does pitches all the time and he still gets nervous. It's kind of, like he seems like it's so easy for him, but I think I got to find comfort in the nervousness.
Yeah. Sometimes I thrive on it, and it gets my adrenaline going. So you did a really good job. And I think,
Thank you.
I wish you guys could see each other. I know you can't when you're backstage like that, but I think Mike's cheering for you. He was happy you were working with the Boys and Girls Club. So,
hey, Mike, you're on my list.
All right. So thank you, Gloria. And next up is Mike. So I'm going to bring Mike on the screen, and after Mike's going to be Rachel. So how you doing today, Mike? Oh, you're muted.
All right, back?
Yes.
I'm good. I feel real good. Thank you all for having me on.
And you did just pitch for about an hour before this. I was in the room watching, and you did a great job there. So we'll see how warmed up you got.
Right on.
All right. So I'm going to get out of your way and let you do your thing.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you. So my name is Mike Lynn. I'm here with the Village Lansing, and I am pitching to you all my gun safety program, as well as my certified pistol license program 2A21. The Village Lansing was born out of the necessity for a gap in youth advocacy as way of gun violence. So in 2019, a young man was killed in a park on the west side of town, and the Village Lansing was born out of that aspect, that we needed to do something to gain access to these young people, to get them the resources and so on that they needed. And throughout that process, we started to realize some of the issues surrounding gun violence weren't just bad hearts or bad minds or people that just wanted to inflict harm on other people. We started to recognize that there was other issues involved with that. So through our process of conversation with multiple different organizations, but as well as our prosecuting attorney, Carol Seaman, one of the things that she said to me that I already knew through my own research and my own life experiences is that one of the main issues that our young people were facing was CCW, which is concealed carry of a weapon. And it's a 2 to 5. And then also on top of that fact, they were attaching a 2-year mandatory felony firearm, which can stop the whole progress of a young person. So that was a problem that we found that was an issue. The only charge that they actually had was carrying a firearm without a CPL or without a license. They had a legal firearm and they were of age. So we wanted to do something in order to impact that. But also I noticed that Black and brown individuals just don't have a whole lot of knowledge and knowledge base when it comes to things that we found to be very detrimental to our communities, such as swimming. We don't have a whole lot of access to swimming at a young age, and we don't have a whole lot of access to guns. They are always looked at as something that's used for harm or for robbery or murder. And we don't know our Second Amendment rights as well as we should. So we created 2A21 program in resolve of all of those things. In this program, we found the 2A21 program, it offers CPL certification for individuals turning 21 in 2021 and aims to curb the school to prison pipeline. Many young people are being charged with CCW as their only charge, meaning their only actual crime was not having a license to carry their legal firearm, and in turn are now caught up in the judicial system, which we know further perpetuates breaking the law. The Village Lansing and the advocates have teamed up to educate young adults using the proven tactics of education versus abstinence. We believe that when young people are educated on the privilege of their Second Amendment rights, firearm safety, responsible gun ownership and behavior, conflict resolution, and conflict avoidance, the likelihood that they will use them inappropriately greatly diminishes. It has been found that concealed carry permit holders are among the most law-abiding group of citizens in the United States, according to a study done by Crime Prevention Research Center. Concealed carry permit holders are the most law-abiding citizens, and 18 million American concealed carry permit holders accounted for only 0.7% of all firearm-related homicides in a 15-year period. People with concealed carry license are 5.7 times less likely to be arrested for violent offenses than the general public, and 13.5 times less likely to be arrested for nonviolent offenses than general public. So again, why would we not educate instead of create abstinence conversations where they'll go off to understand those wrong ways of handling these issues? So we created the 2A21 program, the 2A teen, and also our K through fifth grade program of gun education. So thank you all for your time.
Great job, Mike. So how you feeling with pitching? Because I think you pitched a couple times a few months ago, right? And then came back and pitched and won.
I pitched once, actually. I came on every damn day once, and then I pitched it like 3 weeks ago, and I pitched at the county board, and then it's again today. So I'm always pitching this thing. I'm always talking to people about it, and that's what I would suggest anybody else that has a program, just never stop. This is great practice, and this today is great competition. So I appreciate it.
I'm glad you said that. I'm going to give a shout out to our good friend CISO, who's about to start a program called Life's a Pitch. And everything we do is a pitch. I mean, to get you to sponsor us, I had to pitch. For you to even me to want you to sponsor, you had to pitch. So life is a pitch. So thanks for making that point. It's a good point. And thanks for the work that you're doing, and good job.
Thank you.
All right. So next up is going to be Rachel with Own Crib. How you doing, Rachel?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You feeling comfortable?
I think so, yes.
All right. So you're another new person to the overall 99 problem kind of ecosystem here. Have you enjoyed the journey so far?
Yeah, I have. And I've been watching week by week to just kind of see everybody. And there's a ton of amazing ideas. So it's very interesting to watch everybody's pitches.
Yeah, we've had 32 different people pitch with 32 different people pitch, and a total of I think there was 32 people, 32 pitches and 20 different people. So
wow.
It's a lot of competition here. So
Yep.
I am going to get out of your way and let you do what you're supposed to be doing right now.
Okay,
All right?
Sounds good. All right, so I'm Rachel, and I'm a co-founder of Own Crib. I know not everyone here tonight was at each pitch competition, so although I have a lot of new things to share tonight, I'll also just reintroduce the company as well. So when I pitched last, I told you about how Own Crib was creating an online platform to allow people to buy and sell homes on their own, saving them from having to pay real estate commissions, which is often the most expensive part of a real estate transaction. And I'll be honest, I have real estate agent friends and family, and I'm happy that I was able to work with those people in the past. But to remind everybody, I'm also a mother of 3, and within my daughter's lifetime, we've bought 3 houses. And we've totaled over $30,000 in real estate commissions that I've paid. That's enough to pay for 2 years at LCC for each one of my 3 kids. And although Own Crib offers a ton of tools and advantages for this online platform we're creating, and I'd love to talk about that, today I want to tell you why the savings part is so important. In relation to real estate, your equity, or the amount of home that you actually own, is what's tied to your net worth. Along with this, home ownership is a huge factor in determining an individual's net worth. In the US, people who owned a home had a median net worth of $225,000, while those who rented were only at $6,300. With OwnCrib, our flat rate service is significantly less than the average real estate commissions, and we're hoping that allows home ownership's opportunities to more people. Also, when you use OwnCrib, home sellers get to keep more of their equity, and home buyers can start with more equity right out of the gate. That helps them to continue to build that long-term wealth. On the other hand, real estate commissions are calculated based on the entire purchase price of the home, not just the part that you own. And most people don't pay off their homes before moving. So I'm going to get even more into the numbers, so just stick with me a little longer. In the month of November, there were 268 houses sold in Lansing alone, meaning Lansing residents have paid up to $1.8 million in real estate commissions, and that was just November. So if even half of those transactions used OwnCrib, that could have been over $923,000 of net worth that stayed within Lansing families. Homeowners could have used that money to put towards their kids' college fund, pay off debts, increase their down payment of their next home, which would, make them have less to finance. And that money could have stayed right here in the community and get pumped into some of these amazing programs that my competitors are pitching for tonight, like TheraPlay or the Village Lansing. So although we feel that home buyers and sellers will benefit from the features we plan to add to OwnCrib, the community benefits by money staying in the pockets of the community members and eventually communities all over the country. Right now, we have our site up and running for discounts for people willing to test the process with us in Lansing and in Detroit, and we hope to be statewide by spring of next year. In addition, our mission with OwnCrib is to create a socially impactful platform that's self-sustaining and can grow without continuous investment from the community. So thanks for your time today.
Great job, Rachel. How'd 3 minutes feel compared to 99 seconds?
Well, I got ready earlier and was timing it out, and I was way under. I was so nervous about being over the 3 minutes because I was excited to be able to use it. And I was at 2 minutes and 18 seconds or something. So then I went back and reworked it. So I even right now had about another paragraph I could have added in, but it was just right. So
in my experience, whatever space you give somebody, they're going to take it.
Right.
In a pitch. So
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right. Next up is Arachne, and he is the final presenter for the night. How you doing tonight?
Hi there. How you doing? Doing well.
All right. Oh, I like you. You got a printer next to you.
Well, it's a cutter. It's a vinyl cutter for stickers.
Oh, are you going to print something during the pitch? Or
I hadn't planned on it during the 3 minutes, but if you'd like to see it afterward, I'd be more than willing to fire it up for you.
All right. Well, you know how this works. You've become an old pro at it, and I'm going to get out of your way and let you do your have you only pitched twice?
This is number 2, yeah.
Oh, so you're undefeated.
Actually, no, it is number 3. I did pitch once, and then I won the second time. Okay, number 3. So.
All right, I'm going to get out of the way and let you do your thing, all right?
Wonderful, thank you. All right, my name is Arachne Shifra. I am StickerWeb, and StickerWeb is Lansing's accessible source for novelty vinyl decals. For the past 2 years, I've dedicated my full attention and persistence to the manufacture of products for an expansive variety of applications. I've made bumper stickers, laptop accents, labels for drawers, water bottle covers, lighter wraps, heat transfer iron-ons for shirts, stencils, and more, all at very modest price points. I take pride in offering a unique service to my community and giving them access to my machine and the ability to modify their personal property in unprecedented ways. It's a founding principle of StickerWeb that in our time, stickers are the people's art. Where my grandparents sought inspiration in paintings and lavish home decor pieces, I spent much of my youth adorning my walls, dressers, school textbooks, and pretty much everywhere else with stickers. It felt silly to me that people would spend crazy amounts of money on expensive statement pieces when most of the stickers I'd spend my allowance on cost a fraction of the price and seemed to convey so much more of my personality to the people who saw them. I found the Pikachu and Jar Jar Binks on the ceiling above my upper bunk more inspirational and core to my later interests than any Van Gogh or Monet. How would the kids at school know what music I listened to if I hadn't slapped Rush, Iron Maiden, and Spinal Tap stickers all over my guitar case? Fast forward 20 some years, and it seemed like a no-brainer when looking for a trade that I'd make my own stickers of things that were funny and inspiring for me to see every day and allow others the same access. When I first began making stickers, it was using a friend's machine and materials to design and cut the first waves of my primary assortment of memes and nonsense shitposting stickers. To my great surprise, they proved wildly popular. For the first 5 or 6 months after buying my own machine, I was nightly producing new designs and showcasing them at pop-up booths, spoke at weekly events inside of bars and at community art events. Word began to spread from satisfied customers that I was the person to see if you needed affordable art for a space or just had something to say for the people behind you at stoplights. Before long, I found that the majority of my business came from repeat customers to whom I'd offered custom stickering services. I set up an Etsy storefront and found myself shipping my designs all over the country. By ensuring satisfaction and guaranteed timely replacement for defective products, I've maintained a 5-star rating since launch, and my stickers are now represented in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Facts. When I won the preliminary round of 99 Problems, I had the idea for a sticker web branded slot vending machine, first of an eventual fleet, to stock popular designs for automated purchase. The machine would allow me to store my most popular product in high visibility locations, generating income passively while freeing more of the time that I had been spending selling the same designs in person to take on more custom orders. When the promising lead on a set of machines fell through, it became more prudent to apply the money won from that round to the purchase of materials in order to muster a respectable stock for the time the right machine arrives. Week of the victory, I powered out over 50 individual sticker designs in batches of dozens and now have enough stock to fill a machine the very moment it arrives. New designs are being added to the inventory every week. Which brings me at last to my modified proposal for the finals round. With either prize amount, I would be able to immediately source multiple vending units to expand my brand visibility and direct traffic to StickerWeb's online display. I could just as well use a part of it to buy a wider range of weeding and pressing tools to make my production hours more efficient, as well as making my service more affordable to engage for custom designs. And I'd be spending less time and wasting less raw material. Finally, I would investigate web hosting rates for an eponymous website, stickerweb.com, with the aim of centralizing new product releases and removing a lot of the hassle in listing and updating products through other businesses and all the attendant fees. Grateful to have the opportunity to let you know about my business. Everybody did amazing presentations tonight. Thank you for your time.
Including you. Great job.
Thanks.
All right, so now I'm going to bring everybody back on the screen. Michael Lynn is on the screen, but he's audio. Oops, I almost removed Arachne. But he's audio only for a second until he turns his camera back on. But what we're going to do now, and first of all, great job, everybody. I'm in love with entrepreneurs. I love you all for doing what you do. Every single one of you adds value and strength to our community, and entrepreneurs make our community stronger. Sorry about that. And when we have a strong community, we don't need the government. We don't need cops. We don't need people coming in and telling us what to do all the time. We got it when we do it ourselves. So I think that's a principle that we definitely share together between the Fledge and the Libertarian Party. And I'm just so proud to know all of you. And I know for all 5 of you, there's 20 more behind you that are doing something even greater, or not even greater, but along the same lines, and even more and more and more people out there trying to be entrepreneurs. So love you all. Thank you all for doing this. And I am going to pass the mic, if you will, over to the panel here to ask you guys questions. They'll ask questions for a little while, and then they'll go deliberate. I'm going to share the link to the voting in a second, and people can start voting as well. So anyone want to start?
Sure, I will. Marshall, I have a question for you. I'm not really sure how your energy co-op works as far as the relationship between you and the people you co-op with. Do you provide energy for them so that they don't have to use energy that's provided by, say, BWL?
That would be the dream for sure. So we have a lot of different projects. Eventually we would like to, have all our members be carbon neutral, but We don't have, any specific way we do things. We have a lot of community gardens across town. We started off with 28 solar panels, and those have been kind of deployed across town collectively. 2 are going to a friend's place. I have 1 at my place, 4 at the Fledge, 4 are in Flint, like I mentioned. So that's a little different model than we originally thought, but I'm hopefully partnering with LCC is the dream. They have a solar install program, so getting our youth installing solar panels is the dream. And the project's solar pays for itself in 7 years. So if we can just facilitate people getting solar panels in sunny spots, it's going to boost equity and it provides jobs. And so I just got the LCC contacts like literally within 24 hours. So that doesn't exactly answer your question, but we help our members grab the energy that's available locally, and so
Okay.
that's different for every site. One more final example is this MSU Student Housing Cooperative. We had a solar panel project where we put 16 panels on a big flat roof called David Bowie Memorial House. So that looked like a $25,000 grant from BWL. And we also, one of our members got, it was 10,000 from local East Lansing churches. And then he was able to, with our help, fundraise another couple of thousand. So, every project looks different, but, happy to connect.
Okay. How much is invested in the solar panels?
The original solar panel batch was bought a long time ago, but it was $100,000, $150,000.
Okay. Okay.
It was originated from the Smith Energy Trust. It was a grandfather's legacy to one of our cooperative members. He was from Lansing here, and his legacy, he wanted to promote solar energy before anyone was even talking about it. So that's the legacy of the current batch we have.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Questions?
Go ahead.
Do you have questions for other people? I don't have any other questions.
I do. Let's see. For Mike, when you talk about teaching conflict avoidance, can you be more specific on how that's done, on what techniques you use?
Absolutely. The first thing we do is we teach not to avoid conflict, because conflict can be healthy. We teach how to handle conflict and resolution. So, that's generally the way that we do it. Conflict avoidance is something where we're talking about being meek, or we're talking about walking away from conflict. The conflict isn't always end in war or end in bloodshed or end in a fight even. Sometimes you learn from conflict how somebody else feels about a certain scenario, and then you learn how to move forward from that. So that's a lot of what we talk about when it comes to that. So we talk about teaching, we teach anyways, how to deal with conflict in a perspective that's good, rather than everybody has this idea that conflict is always just biting each other and fighting and so on and so forth. But conflict can be healthy. It can be debate. It can be just that I need something from you and you don't know that yet. So maybe if I tell you in that conflict, then we can have that conversation and we both can come out of that happy. So that's really where the conflict avoidance aspect comes from. We don't teach conflict avoidance. Like, there's going to be a conflict here. I want you to leave that situation. Now, if that conflict is already to the level of death or war, or somebody's pulled a gun on you, obviously in that situation, we want to teach differently than that. But when I talk about conflict avoidance, we're talking about from a global, holistic idea that it's not just guns. It's every aspect of life. So a lot of these young people that we bring into these classes and talk to have never had that conversation. They've never had a conversation where somebody's told them how they can have a constructive conflict where they come out of that and understand somebody better. So that's really what it is. When we talk about conflict avoidance, that's the part. It's not telling them how to avoid it necessarily, but avoiding violence and understanding that that's not the level to take it to is a whole nother level of conversation that we go to as well. When there is no conflict that involves violence where anybody wins in that situation. Even if you get out of that situation alive, and a lot of times you have to deal with civil or criminal cases on top of that fact, but also the moral understanding that you killed somebody or you maimed somebody, you hurt somebody. So we bring them to that understanding. A lot of people haven't thought about it from that perspective. We're handed guns at a young age that look like colorful toys, and we run around pointing them at each other, and it's all a game. And a lot of times we take that first understanding of firearms into the same realm when we have a real firearm in our hand. So we try to educate on that aspect. And if we can get somebody that this is their first time ever holding a firearm or ever being around one, if they have fear of them, we try to turn it into a healthy fear so they understand about those. So all of that is the conflict avoidance and violence avoidance that we talk about.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I have a question for Rachel. What specifically do you provide people with to help them when they're purchasing or selling a house? And what is the cost to those people?
Sure. So we have a couple of different packages depending on really people's comfort level of getting online and doing these types of transactions on their own. What we provide, though, at a basic level is going to be all of the steps that you need to consider and take when you actually need to either purchase or sell your house. We also offer the legal contracts that you need, which generally people would need to either get from an attorney and pay an attorney to do, or purchase them from some other third-party website if they're not using a real estate agent. And then we also offer a lot of automated systems to make sure that you're on track with notifications, making sure that you are doing things when you're supposed to. And as you kind of look at our other packages, we're also offering a service with the transaction coordinator right now. And that's someone who actually will help you get through all of the transactions and make sure that you're filling out the papers correctly. You're not missing any signatures. You're not going to get yourself into some kind of legal mess. And that just depends on what package you're buying. But to answer your question on how much it is, right now for our beta test, which is where we are right now, everything is half off, and anybody who joins gets that price for their lifetime. And it's $125 if you're buying a house. It's $250 for our basic seller package and $500 for that kind of premium seller package that has the transaction coordinator service with it.
That sounds pretty awesome. I'm going to have to put you in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all that I have right now.
Do you have any questions, Barton? Yeah, we have questions.
Liz covered one of the questions that I had, which
Same
was
here.
Yeah.
Arachne. Are you there? So, all right, you're not that rogue mad sticker along Michigan Avenue, are you? Putting stickers on everything?
I can say that I produce a variety of stickers that end up in many places.
Awesome. Very cool. Glad to hear that. What's your current quantity right now? You said that you're in all of the states. You have stickers everywhere. How much do you generate at this time? I mean, it's a for-profit business, correct?
Yes, for the most. Although I do occasionally take on projects for more altruistic causes. I do not charge for anything I consider a very good moral reason. I've done free stickers for people's businesses. I've done free stickers for political ends. I did some the other day for a well, it's not really a charity that represents AIDS research and development of the cure and treatment plans, but I did stickers in support of that. I believe they were actually like the old propaganda for the ACT UP organization in the 80s. But yes, at the moment, to answer your question regarding stock, I've got most of it about here. I would estimate there are probably between 1,000 and 1,500 individual stickers on this table right now, although the stacks might not lead you to get that impression. They are numerous and only ever expanding and taking up more of my life. Please take them away from me.
I'm glad to hear that you mentioned the altruistic perspective or parts of your business. Thank you.
Thanks.
I have a question for Gloria. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you shared that you consider yourself as a mobile yoga I guess you could call it a studio. So my question is, has there ever been a consideration in a brick and mortar physical, stationary studio? Is there feasibility there, or is there, is there some kind of major hurdles that, kind of had you write that off? And, do you see being mobile as the direction that you would like to stay in?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I would like to be mobile forever.
Okay.
In the sense that I have a long list of all of the like I had said, like community centered, youth centered nonprofits and businesses that I want to collaborate with to offer accessible yoga. And I would want to go to their places, to their brick and mortar places, bring my stuff and work with them, with their demographic of people, and formulate programs around their people. So that's the mobile sense. I'm also mobile in the sense that I do private therapeutic yoga and whatnot. In the future, do I want a brick and mortar? Sure. It's not something I can afford right now. So to be honest with you, like it's not something that I'm like super yearning for right at this second. It needs to be in an area that is close enough to where I live. So right now, like I'm moving actually to I'm moving to Allen Neighborhood Center, and being there allows me that flexibility to actually have yoga and do yoga without necessarily having a giant brick and mortar. It is something that I want in the future, along with staying a mobile studio so that I can work with other organizations. But as it stands right now, because the hurdle of money is so great, I feel kind of weird admitting this, but like it's not something that's on my vision. It's future vision board things. It's
That
there. It's just there's other things that are more important.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you, Gloria.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's our questions.
I think that's it.
So we might step off and convene, and you can continue posting other questions from the audience.
Yes, I will take it. If you guys could be back in just a few minutes, that would be great. And oh, by the way, I didn't ask you before, we're doing this live. Did you guys want to give any comments or anything?
Maybe at the end.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I think it's also the sharing of these ideas, and that's it.
That's your comment?
That's my comment.
All right, so I have put the voting out for everyone in the crowd. Mark is going to run the timer down. So we got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds, 3 minutes and 19 seconds to be exact, to kill here. Do you guys have questions for each other? Or does the crowd have any questions?
I want to shoot my shot at Mike.
Yeah.
So I actually met Erica at the Fledge back in October during the community wellness event. And we had, kind of briefly talked more in passing about working together. So I'm just shooting my shot right now that you are on my list of people and, at the Village that I want to work with. So in the new year, so, think about it. And then on how you would envision us doing something together, and like how we could collaborate, and we'll get with each other in the new year and try to figure something out.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
Eric and I both went to yoga for the first time like a year ago during COVID. It was, right before COVID. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. I went into like a what do they call it? Meditation state. And it scared me. I had to come out of it real quick because I was like, oh, this is too much. But I appreciated it, and like the whole one body and understanding like energy compared to all of that is great. But I have to say this. We got to have a camera because the kids that I'll have involved, this will be their first time ever being involved with anything like that. So it'll be entertaining to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have fun with it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it. This is community. This is how we do it.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, I was just going to say that if the people out that are watching could see the private chat, you guys are starting to transact with each other, not even more than transact, form relationships, want to buy from, stickers from Arachne, or need to get together like this, or put solar on Shara. Oh, she said that in the public comments. But I love this about entrepreneurs, because you figure out how to trap the money here, and you figure out how to support each other to make our community stronger. So I am still waiting 50 more seconds for the crowd vote to finish, and the judges are back, but I kind of want to wait and do the crowd first and then the
Sure.
judges. Is
Yeah.
everyone okay with that?
Sure.
I want to say I'm going to miss a bunch of people, so I'm about to get in trouble. But Shannon, my wife, Shannon Norris, the executive director of the Fledge Foundation, thank you so very much for posting everybody's links out there and always staying on top of this and reminding me. She'll tell me all the things I did less than perfect when I get home tonight, and help me make me stronger. So thank you, Shannon. But I don't know. I see Julia. I see Anthony Miller from Muskegon. I see Charlie Brown from a long time ago in my life. I see, I think Tashmika was there. Sharon Chambers. I'm not sure who they are, but thanks for giving some shout outs. And Shara is here. She was presenting in the last few. Patty James must be a Twitch friend from owncrib.com. I'm going to miss a bunch of people, but everybody, thank you for giving comments and encouraging, and especially you guys in the backstage and in the private comments. You're always cheering for each other, and you're always, I love the collaboration / competition merged together, because I think at the end of the day, we're going to give $1,500 to 5 people that are going to make our community stronger, and I bet it gets spread around a little bit, even within this group. So again, love you all. Thank you all for doing this. The time is up. I'm going to refresh the screen, and I am going to have to show you this real quick. We have a very clear winner. This clear winner is owncrib.com. So this is the crowd favorite is Rachel. And good job there. I do have to confess one thing, and that is that Rachel broke our survey thing. It maxed out, and we went to, so there's 10 other responses here. Those 10 responses cannot, even if they were all for second place, they wouldn't pass you, Gloria. So Gloria is the winner for sure. But we had
Rachel?
Huh? Not Gloria. Not Gloria.
No,
Rachel. Sorry.
Thanks.
Rachel is the winner for sure. Yeah. So that is the crowd favorite. So Own Crib and Rachel will win that $500.
Oh, yeah.
So
Thank you.
now I'm going to get out of the way and let the judges announce their announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for participating. The diversity of these ideas and your creative solutions it's inspiring. I want to thank you all in advance. Thank you all for participating. I am pleased to announce that our grand prize winner this evening is Mike Lynn Jr. with The Village. Mike, something that I'm personally very passionate about is that it's not enough to know your rights. It's being able to assert them. And when it comes to the Second Amendment, asserting your rights is responsible gun ownership. And so the fact that you are not just doing that, but you are enriching our youth in our communities, and you're teaching them how to be that responsible gun owner, I think is just an awesome program that you have in our community. So thank you so much. Congratulations. Again, thank you all so much. This was such a privilege, and I've had so much fun. I wish I could have been in the comments this evening supporting you all like I have in the other contests, but you all did such a great job. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Anything more you
Awesome.
want
I
to
just
say, or
thank
any
you,
comments?
everyone. It's been great to listen to you through the past few weeks and see the winners come through and have you all here, and just appreciate you for everything you do. Thanks.
Thank you.
In the exploration of ideas is something I'm very passionate about. I love brainstorming and trying to pursue those things that are off the wall, maybe out of the ordinary, walking the unbeaten path, and to hear all the different ideas that are out there, and to have that spread and everybody be able to share those ideas. I'm very hopeful that some of these ideas, even the ones that maybe didn't make it to the final round, have gained an interest with an audience and can be explored further.
Yeah. And I just want to compliment every single one of you, if you don't mind me going
please.
into the
Go
judges
ahead.
panel time. All of your presentations were, they were better, maybe part because they were longer and you could include more data and more points and all of that. But I think you're getting really good at pitching. Not that you weren't before, but I've seen improvement in everybody. I'm glad that you've taken this opportunity. I hope that, you know, I love my own pitch competition, of course, but we've got the hatching coming up. We've got other people doing pitch competitions. I wish we had a pitch competition every day for people to participate in. So I'm really proud of you all for getting out there and going for this. I know it's easier for some of you, Michael, for example, than it might be for others, Gloria, for example, but you did a great job tonight, Gloria, and I'm really proud of what you've done. Rachel, you've been super good in all of your pitches, you and Ryan, at bringing the crowd and bringing the Twitch crowd in particular, which is kind of weird to me because only my grandson follows me on Twitch. And so I'm pretty happy about that. And I just love what you guys are doing. And if anybody out in the crowd wants to support any of these ideas, get in touch with me or get in touch with them and see what you can do to help them. Because, you know, Arachne, I think your story was really great. Actually, you and Gloria talking about that $199 having an impact. You bought things. It set up a meeting with Gloria. You have more stock. You have more capacity and capability. So even $100, $199 can really make a small difference that can lead to that big difference. So thank you guys so very, very much. It's not the biggest pitch competition in the world, but it's an impactful pitch competition, and I really appreciate it. And Michael, you know, the numbers that you gave, you were warmed up. You were warmed up for sure from the previous one. You did a really, really good job. And, you know, Marshall, you know, I love your project, and we're going to do big things together too. And so love you all very much. Anything you want to say, Michael?
I did. I just wanted to take you guys to my team, like, because we're over here celebrating the other pitch that we did, and we don't know if we won it or not yet, but we're just here because we know it went good. So Village Lansing, say what's up.
Hey, I'm supposed to be at that party.
So I just wanted to say that I appreciate being here, Jerry. You know I love you. I love this program. I think it does give everybody an honest ability to try to put their program out there. If anybody is interested, this has been a very controversial issue. And so, you know, people have to understand this thing to really get behind it. And so Lansing State Journal just did an article on it yesterday, and the comments on it were sick. You know, people are just, you know, what, kids don't need guns. And I'm not saying they do, but they need to know about them. Like they need to know about that swimming pool you got in your backyard. So those type of issues, if you can promote it, one of the things that they asked was how do we market it? And the 2A21 program itself is a marketing tool. It's something we know that they want to get. So if we're going to market guns to our kids and music, video games, and everything else, let's market it to them safely, smartly, and that way. So share the word about this program if you can possibly. And I appreciate everybody from being here. Arachne, I'm definitely gonna get with you because I need stickers and all types of other things. And Gloria, I can't wait for you to holler at us. And Marshall, Rachel, everybody. So thank you all.
And I just want to say one thing, Mike, all those naysayers out there, the way I look at it, the way I read it, they are wrong. They're talking about lack of knowledge being safer.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is safety. Knowledge is all the things that we need. We support what you do. I am on record so many times, gun safety, responsible gun ownership, and making it fair. I was a Boy Scout. I had that rite of passage where I got the gun safety training. I got the things, that my uncles and everyone that taught me how to shoot. And that happens a lot more in the white community than it does in the black and brown communities. And I'm really proud of what you're doing. And I think, the stats that you listed off are powerful. And I just really appreciate what you're doing, even though I wish there were no guns. And I think you even said that before.
If there were none, I would have none. If there's going to be one on earth, I want to have mine.
That's right. So good job. Good job, Rachel. You want to say anything to the crowd at least?
Yeah, I mean, thank you to everybody and for the opportunity, Jerry and everybody else. I mean, it's been a lot of opportunity over 5-6 weeks. So definitely appreciate this for Own Crib and for everybody. But great.
All right. Well, love you all. I'm gonna put Farhan on the screen real quick. Not him, but his comment tonight. The community won. Thank you all for what you do. And as always, I'm gonna take us out with the intro.
I got I got 99